In this video, let us learn about the story of a woman who killed Bhishma, Shikandi. Once upon a time, there was a kingdom named Kasi, and its king was Bhima Deva. He had three daughters, Ambai, Ambika, and Ambalika. He trained his elder daughter, Ambai, in archery and brought her up to a brave woman. The kingdom beside Kasi was Saubalanadu. The king was Salvan. Ambai fell in love with Salvan, and he often sent messages to Ambai through a pigeon. Bhimadeva arranged Swayamvara for his three daughters. He sent an invitation to all the kings of the country except to Hastinapuram, because the king Vichitraviryan was born with a health problem at birth. So the king of Kasi did not want to give his daughter to Vichitraviryan. The Rajamata of Hastinapuram was Satyavati, the mother of Vichitraviryan, the stepmother of Bhishma. She became very angry and told Bhishma that Kasi Raja has not invited us for the Swayamvaram. If we do not perform this marriage for Vichitraviryan, then there will be no heir to rule the country, and ordered Bhishma to go to Kasi to bring Bhimadeva's three daughters to their kingdom. Bhishma then marched into Kasi with his troops and strode into the Swayamvara hall. All the kings of the country had gathered there. Bhishma told to Kasi Raja that he was going to take his three daughters to Hastinapuram and perform marriage to his brother. Bhishma forcibly dragged all the three ladies into the chariot. None of the kings objected to it. Salvan alone fought Bhishma. Finally, Salvan too lost the battle. They reached the Hastinapuram. Ambai told to Bhishma, I am fond of the king Salvan and want to marry him. So I cannot marry your brother Vichitraviryan. Then Bhishma told, You go to Saubaladesam and marry Salvan, and Bhishma released Ambai. Ambai went to Saubaladesam from Hastinapuram. Seeing Ambai, Salvan told, Queen of Hastinapuram, please come to my house. Ambai was shocked to hear this. Ambai explained everything. Salvan was not ready to believe anything and asked her to go back to Hastinapuram. Her father Bhimadeva also refused to accept her. Ambai came back to Hastinapuram and told, My father and Salvan didn't accept me, so you should marry me. Bhishma did not accept her because he was in Brahmacharya Vrita. She angrily told, You brought me to this stage. I will not spare you. Then she went into the forest and did severe penance for Lord Muruga. Lord Muruga appeared and gave her a garland. Lord Murugan told, Any male who wears the garland will bring death to Bhishma. Ambai took the garland and went to all the kings and asked to wear the garland and kill Bhishma. All of them knew about Bhishma and his bravery, so they didn't accept it. Finally, she went to the king Drupada and asked him to wear the garland. He also refused. She left the garland there in anger. Drupada kept the garland safely. She went to the forest and did severe penance for Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva appeared and told, In the next birth you will destroy Bhishma, and disappeared. She built a fire and jumped in it in order to get rebirth. King Drupada praised Lord Shiva for a child. Shiva appeared before him. You will give birth to a girl, but after some years she will turn into a boy. A year later, Drupada's wife gave birth to a girl child. But the king told the queen had given birth to a boy, and the child was brought up dressed as a boy. King Drupada taught her all the bow and arrow tricks and named her as Shikandi. Shikandi reached the marriage age. In the neighboring country, there was a king called Ranyavarman. He wanted to marry his daughter to Shikandi, embarrassing the situation of the king Drupada. Neither could he be hostile to Ranyavarman, nor could he reveal the secret of his child. He called Shikandi to marry the daughter of Ranyavarman. He instructed her, "You tell that you are doing puja for Shiva and fasting for 6 months. Within 6 months, you could change into a boy as per Lord Shiva's instruction." The daughter of Ranyavarman discovered that Shikandi was not a man, but a woman. She asked about it. Hearing this, Shikandi got very angry, fought with her wife, and went to the forest. Shikandi sat near a cave in the forest and began fasting and thinking of Lord Shiva. In that cave lived a Yakshan named Stulakarnan. Shikandi told all the history of her, and hearing that, Yakshan told, "I take your femininity and I give you my masculinity for 1 year. I have the power to do this, but you have to come back after a year." Shikandi accepted it. The Yakshan placed his hand on Shikandi's head and chanted a mantra. Shikandi turned into a man and the Yakshan turned into a woman. Ranyavarman came to Kasinade with his daughter and asked about it. At that time, Shikandi returned from the forest. Shikandi told Ranyavarman that he could test with the local doctor. The doctors tested and told that Shikandi was a male. Shikandi's life was peaceful and went well for a year. After a year, he went to the forest to meet the Yakshan. The Yakshan in the female form told, "After you went, my family deity, Guru Bhagavan, came. I told everything to him. Guru Bhagavan replied that I had done a big mistake and given my manhood, and also said that the manhood will return to me only after your death. I have no problem being a woman. After your death, I will become man. Until then, it's Lord Shiva's will that you will be male and me female." Shikandi went to his country and told his parents all the things that had happened. They were also happy, and one day Shikandi realized his previous birth and why he had taken this birth. The garland thrown by Ambai in the previous birth was at the place of King Drupada. Shikandi asked the garland from Drupada and wore it to kill Bhishma. During the 9th day of Mahabharata, Shikandi came in Arjuna's chariot and shot the first 5 arrows against Bhishma. Then Arjuna shot the arrow and made Bhishma lay down on the arrow bed. So Ambai fulfilled the revenge through the rebirth as Shikandi.